on your kids, business aside, how do you make sure that they don't go and become insane and do all of these things that a lot of wealthy kids don't end up doing well? Like you're a savant in business, but you're also a savant in the family arena as well. Which I've noticed. I'm serious. It's not easy.
Really spend more time with the Ramseys, but
a lot of people we talk to, like the wealthy people, man, their kids, they go off and everyone wants to become an artist, which there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But usually it's just a decoy because they can't find their actual ambition or passion. It seems as though your kids. But how do you foster that?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things we learned, thank God, after going broke, and our kids were growing up as we were growing wealth. They weren't born into wealth. It was just there by the time they were grown. One thing is my friend Andy Andrews says, don't raise kids to be great kids, raise kids to be great adults. And so teach them critical thinking skills. If I'm making you do something and you're 8 years old and we're having a big argument about it all the time, I haven't really explained to you why I'm making you do it. Like, you need to brush your teeth. I don't want to brush my teeth. I come up here, I brush my teeth, your toothbrush is dry. Now you lied and you didn't brush your teeth. Now we got 2 problems, right? And this has happened at the Ramsey house, I can just tell you.
It sounds like it has.
Yeah,
Who's not brushing their teeth?
So what's the big deal about brushing your teeth? Because, I want adult children that have teeth. That's why you do it, right? I mean, how do you want them to turn out? I want them to have, if daughters are going on a date. My son's going on a date in high school. It's like, I kind of think that person's scummy. Why would you do that? Because you might end up with them, and then your life's going to suck. If you plug your life into scummy over here. And so we teach them. I used to say, well, we've got great in-laws. I mean, my daughter-in-law, my 2 sons-in-law are fabulous. They're world class. And I used to say, man, I hit the son-in-law lottery before Allison came along and married Daniel. Now I hit the in-law lottery, right? But I quit saying that because it wasn't accidental. I taught them how to pick, and they picked well.
What qualities do you teach them to look for in a person that they pick like that?
I think it's kind of common sense. Everyone would answer that probably the same, somewhat the same anyway. Sure. Integrity, work ethic, a desire to serve others, to not be abusive. Toxic human beings are going to exude toxicity, right? And in our case, we're a family of faith, and so we're, are you walking with God? And so, because that's going to lead you to these other character qualities as well, is how it's happened with me in my life and happened with my kids. So, but it wasn't like some kind of legalistic things like you must marry a Baptist. No, it wasn't that. It was more like, look, these are values that we have, and here's a place you're going to find them is with people that think that way. Even then, obviously, they come from different things, and so every one of my kids has 100% of them have had fights with their spouses. 100% of them spend time learning how to be married, and oftentimes see a marriage counselor or therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just training. But we taught them to do that too. So we did it. Sharon and I did it. So why not? And so read books on how to do marriage if you want to be married well. And so all that stuff. So all of that's the second answer to your question, Jack, is how do you raise kids in a wealthy family? The wealth doesn't ruin them. Wealth does not ruin people. It exposes who they are. Wealth is ambivalent. It's amoral. It doesn't. And in the case of you or me, too, it just magnifies who I am. The good parts of me, the bad parts of me get really big the more money I have. Mm-hmm. So if someone has a problem with their temper and they get wealth and they're a rageaholic and nobody wants to be around them, they're an absolute bully, out-of-control moron, Or if they're kind and very giving and they get wealth, they become known for their generosity worldwide for their generosity. They're like a picture of generosity. But they were already a person who was generous, or they had already developed the generosity muscle before they got wealth. They didn't suddenly become generous because they got wealth. It just exposed who they are. And the same's true with kids. So if you raise kids that are lazy, that don't work hard, that don't tell the truth, that lie, that are entitled because they grew up and, they were born on third base, thought they hit a triple, right? Then you give them money. Well, they're going to be useless. But they were already useless. The wealth just showed us that.